he was drinking one night, and he was out driving.
A rock star was drinking?
Yeah, imagine that, Vinnie. I actually know a couple of the band members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so know them pretty well.
Nice.
A couple of them, and I actually know this particular band member.
Okay.
That's what made it hard for me.
And welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for being here, each and every one of you. We do so appreciate it. Lynn, what do you got for us this week?
Vinnie, how are you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, buddy. Can't complain. How are you?
I'm doing well,
All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain even if I could. So,
yeah.
Well,
we should actually just omit this whole "how you doing" thing at the
beginning. Well, you know how it is.
Niceties, just niceties.
These niceties, yeah. Well, this week, Vinnie, I thought we'd talk about another rock star. This is not a pop star. This is a rock star.
Yeah.
And we're not going to mention his name.
Okay. Hey, real quick, for those of you who have been with us from the beginning, you know that we did an episode. It was case number 2, Superstar, where Lynn had to serve one of the biggest recording artists in the world. A great episode. I'll put a link to that in the description. A very, very fun episode. You can check it out if you haven't. If you're new to the podcast, that's why Lynn said another rock star.
Well, this is a rock star. That was a pop star. This was a rock star.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He was known throughout the country.
This gentleman was known throughout the country.
In a band or something?
In a band. This was in a band. This is not a single person. This was in a band. He's the guitarist for the band.
Okay. And they had some hits. And,
they had several hits.
Okay, great.
And you can still hear them on the radio today.
Okay.
Yeah, right. They're not making hits today, but you can still hear them on the radio today.
Okay.
And if you're lucky and around the Atlanta area, you can probably hear them play and under a different name with a different lead singer.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and actually the guitarist in the band that we're talking about has actually played with some of the most famous rock bands in the world.
Okay. All right. Big star. So
big star.
Big rock star. Okay.
Yeah. And he's played. I don't want to say he's played with the biggest rock bands in the world, but he's played with a lot of big stars.
Okay.
He's pretty popular. He was drinking one night, and he was out driving.
A rock star was drinking?
Yeah, imagine that, Vinnie. And we don't mention names here. We don't mention names because we don't want to get a lawsuit. Even though we would win.
Even though this is a true story and these are actual events, we're not going to mention names because even though we, as Lynn said in the past, we would be right and we would win the lawsuit, but we just do not want the expense.
Well, and we don't want the expense. We don't want the time of going down to the courthouse and having a trial and fighting it.
Yeah.
We don't want the gag orders. We don't want to be pulled off of doing the podcast for so many weeks or months of while we fight the lawsuit. So just in the interest of fighting all of that and the expense, we just don't mention names.
Right. We don't mention. We're just better safe than sorry is our philosophy here.
Better safe than sorry. Yeah. So, but if you email us and you guess the right person, we will tell you if you're right or wrong.
We will tell you are right.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you can guess the rock star, let's give them a clue real quick. Like where they're from, where the band originated.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
The band originated in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. All right.
The band actually had a hit before I graduated high school. Had a hit in probably the early 80s. I graduated in 87, and they probably had a hit in the early to mid 80s.
Okay. All right. There's another clip for you. Okay.
Yeah. And great band.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know who they are. Lynn gave me a hint who we're going to talk about. Yes. And a good band, a fun band. They're like a party band.
Yeah. Yeah. They were a party band. They partied a lot.
Yeah.
And I actually know a couple of the band members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So know them pretty well.
Nice.
A couple of them, and I actually know this particular band member.
Okay.
That's what made it hard for me.
Yeah.
So he's out drinking, and he has a wreck, and he hurts this individual. And this individual hires an attorney that I work for. This attorney calls on me regularly. I mean, we're talking about I work on half of his cases.
Okay.
So in this particular DUI case, I work on a lot of his DUI cases because DUI cases have a need for people like myself, investigators. We go out and we look to see if there's any other DUIs or because you get punitive damages in the state of Georgia. You get punitive damages, and the more DUIs you have, the greater the punitive damages you get. Punitive is punishment. And if you got one DUI, then you get a certain amount of monetary payment for punishment. And if you got 2 DUIs or 3 DUIs or 10 DUIs, then the punitive damages start to get greater and greater and greater. So
that's why insurance companies won't always take on DUI risk. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're a DUI, if you're a habitual violator of DUIs, they won't take you on because the chances of you getting another one is high, means that they're going to have to pay out.
Right.
So this guy, I don't want to say he wasn't hurt that bad because you never know how bad someone is hurt. And this guy was claiming back injury, and you never really know how bad someone's back is hurt.
Right.
The guy's car was damaged moderately. Wasn't like it was a mangled mess and you couldn't tell what kind of car it was. Because I have seen some car wrecks where that the car would be, you couldn't even tell what kind of car it was.
Right.
And some young stud would walk out of the car and go, "I'm not hurt."
Yeah.
And I've seen cars that I've seen a car that was driving through a Walmart parking lot, and he was backing out, and he had his finger on the steering wheel and he was turning it. And as he was backing out, a car hit him, and it wasn't his fault. The car coming should have stopped and didn't. And when it hit him, it jerked his steering wheel and it broke his finger.
Right.
And it only had $300 worth of damage to the car, but he still had a broken bone.
Oh yeah.
So it's really hard to say that the guy wasn't hurt because I've seen small damage with broken bones in that instance, and I've seen cars that you couldn't even tell that there was anything left of the car, and the guys walk away with no damage at all.
Right.
And then I've seen cars that I've seen a Volkswagen Beetle get hit from behind, and the latch on the seat not work, and the seat fly back, and it broke the girl's neck and killed her.
Oh my God.
And the car didn't have that much damage on it.
Wow.
I mean, it had quite a bit of damage, but you wouldn't expect somebody to die in the car. But since the latch on the seat didn't work and the seat come back, when it come back, it snapped her neck and killed her. You know, it's like a 27-year-old girl. So you really hate to judge someone's injury by the type of
the accident, by the damage of the car.
Exactly. So the guy gets hooked on pain pills, and he dies.
Oh no!
From the pain pills.
Yeah.
So the attorney,
like an overdose, or just...
he dies of an overdose.
Okay.
And the attorney says, "Okay, well, we're going to show causation of the death is related to the accident." And so he has a $1 million umbrella policy.
The guitarist does.
The guitarist has a $500,000 insurance policy, and then he has a $1 million umbrella policy.
Right.
So the attorney wants all of the money because there's a death. So in order for him to get the full million, the full $1.5 million, he has to show causation. He has to link the overdose to the car accident. He has to show that the guy never had addiction problems before, and that the overdose came because of the car accident, which is a long stretch, but it can be done.
Oh, for sure.
So the insurance company just said, well, we're not going to accept that. You got to sue us. So now here I am, me investigating the case and doing background work on this person is one thing. Now I have to serve someone.
Let's call him the rock star.
Okay.
Your investigations on the rock star.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just so we keep everything in a neat little box here, a little box here.
Yeah. So I'm doing background work on the rock star.
Yeah.
And for me to do background work on the rock star is there's no conflict there, because when I do background work on the rock star, I can go to the courthouse. If there's anything there, I can go to the courthouse and I can pull that work.
Right.
And I can get certified copies. So when we present this in court, they don't even know who done the background work.
Right. And what are you looking for?
Any prior DUIs, drug convictions, anything that shows him driving under the influence.
A history of this type of thing.
A history of this type of thing.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding, LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding, LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232.
So when the insurance bucked and said, no, we're not going to pay this, they said, okay, we got to serve him with a lawsuit. Well, I said, I know where he lives.
The insurance company said we got to serve.
No, the attorney that I work for.
Oh, okay.
So we got to serve him.
Okay.
So I'm appointed to serve lawsuits in this court.
Okay.
And I knew where he lived. I knew around about where he lived because I knew him.
Right.
So I went and said, I'll serve him. And I told the attorney, I said, look, I know this guy. He knew I knew him because I told him when I was doing the background work, I said, I know this guy and this is how I know him. I'm not going to tell you how I know him because I don't, that's
immaterial.
Well, it'll let out too much information.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If I tell you how I know him, then
they're going to guess who he is.
Everybody's going to know who it is.
Yeah. And by the way, if you think you know, email us. We'll tell you if you're right.
Exactly. But if I tell you how I know him, everybody's going to know who it is.
Okay.
Everybody that knows me is going to know exactly who it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go serve him, and he and remember, I know several rock stars, not just one. I know several through my travels, because remember, I worked at several nightclubs, and one nightclub I worked at was a rock and roll bar.
Okay.
Remember, I was very closely associated with Charlie Magruder's, which was the rock and roll bar of Atlanta.
Yeah.
For, I don't know, many years. Anybody that was a rock and roll star was come through Charlie Magruder's. I met every rock and roll star that was anybody I met at Charlie Magruder's. And I could tell you stories for days about Charlie Magruder's, but that's for a different podcast.
Okay, sounds like a cool place.
Yeah. Oh man, it was the premier rock and roll bar in Atlanta.
What did you do at this bar?
Well, I mostly hung out there, but when I did work there, I was bar back most of the time.
Okay.
But most of the time, I just hung out there. 99% of the time, I just hung out there. I worked at the club across the street.
Okay.
And the club across the street was called, and I cleaned the club most of the time. I cleaned the club all the time. But I knew everybody there. I knew Butch, the owner. I knew the people who worked there. But I hung out there all the time.
Okay.
But I worked at the club that was in the same parking lot right across the street, and it was and it was called Mardi Gras.
Okay.
And
that sounds familiar. Wasn't that an after midnight club?
Well, no, it was opened at Charlie Magruder's opened at 9:00 and closed at like 4:00 in the morning. Okay. And Mardi Gras was an adult entertainment club.
Oh, okay. I'm way off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I know a lot of rock and roll people
because they came through there.
And you got to remember, Jackal. Remember the band Jackal?
Yeah.
Most of those guys that played in Jackal played in a band before they were ever Jackal. They played in a band that come through there.
Yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, and somebody will be listening that will correct me, but I think the name of the band that Jesse played in was called Baby Blue.
Who's Jesse?
Jesse Dupree, the lead singer for Jackal.
Okay, I know the band Jackal. I don't know the members. I'm ashamed to admit.
Jesse Dupree was the lead singer he's the lead singer for Jackal.
Okay.
And I think he was in Baby Blue before he formed Jackal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I seen him play in that band for several years before he formed. And he played guitar in that band, and he was just very quiet. And Jesse is just Jesse's just one of the nicest people I ever meet. But anyway, I know a lot of rock and roll people, so I'm not going to tell you how I know this guy.
Okay.
But when the lawsuit was filed, I went and served him.
Was it easy or was it complicated?
Oh, it was very easy.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, I knocked on the door. I asked for him. He come to the door. Matter of fact, I think he answered the door. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I may have caught him coming out. I think he may have been coming out of his house, and I pulled up and I yelled for him, and I gave him and he went, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." And I went and got back in my car. I didn't say much to him. Got back in my car and I drove off. Yeah, and the attorney that I was working for brought up the conflict, and the person that the rock and roll star said, "Oh, I didn't even recognize him. I don't know who it is." That's how far his mind was gone.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and I know this guy well. I hung out with him 1,000 hours.
And why do you think his mind was gone? What do you think? He was high or something, or drunk, or?
I think he drank a lot. I think that he just. To be honest with you, I think I served him in the daytime.
Yeah.
When he was sober.
Yeah.
And I think every time that I hung out with him was after hours.
Yeah.
And he was drunk.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think just I think him being in a sober state, he just didn't realize who it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And to see my name on paper versus seeing my face drunk. He probably didn't realize who it was.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure if I ran into him now in a nightclub and him drunk, he would know exactly who I was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you have to understand, I wasn't a drinker. I didn't drink. Right. I worked in these nightclubs for 20 years and I probably wasn't drunk 10 times. I wasn't a drinker. I just didn't drink. Yeah. So I didn't have that issue.
Right.
I didn't have those moments and to see, I had a roommate, God love him. You know who he was. I'm not going to mention his name. I'm not going to embarrass him, but he was that away. He was very drunk. He would get so drunk of a night and he would be very clear on the things of a night. And the next morning he wouldn't remember anything that happened of a night.
Oh yeah. Been there.
But then that night when he would get drunk, he would remember the things that he was doing when he was drunk, but wouldn't remember what he talked about when he was sober.
That's hilarious. Yeah. He was a Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would go, you don't remember what we talked about this morning? Or when you got up at noon, you don't remember that? I don't remember talking to you about that.
Yeah.
And then the next day he would talk to you about it and he would go, yeah, we talked about that yesterday. But we just talked about this last night. You don't remember talking about that? No, I don't remember talking to you about that last night.
Yeah, that would be so tedious.
Well, he was my roommate for a little while because he needed a place to stay. And he came home one night and he said, you don't mind if I wash clothes, do you? And I said, no. And the next morning we got up and he couldn't find his glasses. And he put them in the washing machine and washed his glasses by themselves.
Oh, God. Without the clothes.
Without the clothes. Just put his glasses in the washing machine, put the detergent in there and the softener and everything and washed his glasses.
That's drunk.
We looked for his glasses for 2 days before I went to wash clothes again and found them in the washing machine.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
So, but anyway, I served the guy and he, the lawsuit went on and we hammered it out and he had no priors, no other prior DUIs or anything. So he didn't get the $1.5 million, but he did get $1 million on the case.
Okay.
So they did, the insurance company did settle the case before it went to court. And right before it went to court, like 2 or 3 days before it went to court, the insurance company settled it. And they settled it for $1 million. And he got his widow got minus the attorney's 40%. Got but they said that they conceded that he did, and the bad part.
The accident led to his death because if it wasn't for the accident, he wouldn't have been on pills, and then the pills wouldn't have killed him. Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And he was not a drug addict before. Didn't take pills before.
Yeah.
He was not using drugs. He had a full-time job that he had for like 16 years before. He lost his job due to the accident. But the thing about it is after the accident, he only lived like 13 months.
Wow. He went down that fast on this pill.
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the accident attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
That kind of leads me to believe that back pain was for real.
And he had surgery. He did have surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it leads me to believe that. I mean, I'm not going to. I mean, if the man told me he had back pain, the part that bothered me about the whole thing, Vinny, was the accident was not. I mean, it was a bad accident, but the car wasn't
totaled.
The car was total, but it wasn't
like crumbled.
The car wasn't crumbled.
Yeah.
And you have to understand, I seen a semi hit a truck and flipped the truck over a guardrail, and the truck rolled twice, and the cab was all the way down on the body, and the guy wasn't that hurt.
Right.
And this guy gets hit from the back, and he's got his seatbelt on, and he's sitting in his seat correctly, and he's saying that it's just. I mean, did the wreck cause the back pain, or did the surgery cause the back pain? I mean,
right. Yeah.
You know, did he have the surgery because of the $1.5 million? I mean, I'm not going to question. I mean, I just don't know. You know, it's just kind of a. I mean, if he says that it was the accident that caused it, then I have to believe the guy. You know, I mean, it's not my place to question him. You know, it's not my place to question
right.
him.
No, I get it. Yeah, back pain is a mystery.
Yeah. And just because one guy can withstand I played football growing up. And I took a beating you could just beat the living hell out of me on the football field, and I was okay. Some other guy could take a lick that I could take, and he was out for the season.
Yeah.
And you're just thinking, am I put together that much better than somebody else? Or did he take a lick in such a different way that he took an injury that I didn't? So, you know, you really can't. So you just can't judge anybody by that, you know. It's just, you know, it's not my place to judge, you know.
No, I get it, man. No, back pain is a mystery. It's a mystery. A lot of the times the doctors go, hey, man, you're just stressed out. You need to relax.
Mm-hmm.
Like stress is causing that back pain. And then there's people that have physical back pain that's due to an accident or, for instance, December, dude, I was walking. My legs slipped out from under me. I fell on my butt straight down onto my butt. And I got up. I was like, oh, man, that hurt. 24 hours later, dude, I was in so much pain that I thought, this is my life from now on. That's how bad the pain was. I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't sit up. It was like that fall screwed up my back so bad. This is my life from now on. I'm never going to be normal again.
How long did it last?
Oh, it lasted about 3 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it got a little better the next day, a little better the next day, and a little better the next day. And then I lived with like this little whatever for a little while. And then it just went away. I saw a chiropractor about it. He said, you just pinched a nerve. And I said, Doc, I couldn't move. I couldn't even move my legs. He goes, yeah, you pinched a nerve.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Am I going to be okay? He goes, yeah, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I never want to feel that again.
And now you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
No residual pain.
Except for first thing in the morning when I wake up, because our bed is shit. So we got to get a new bed. Other than that, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
soreness. Once the soreness leaves my body, about 30, 45 minutes later, I'm fine. Moving around, nothing. No problem.
Yeah. Well, Vinny, I get up that way every morning. I get up stiff every morning. If I sit too long on the couch, I get up stiff. But I lived a very rough.
How old is your bed?
Oh, it's pretty old, but I mean, it's a nice bed.
Yeah. Does that sag at all? Because if
No.
it's sagging, that's where you're getting your pain.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't sag.
Okay.
I lived a very rough early life.
You played football. Yeah.
I played football, and then after football, I fought in martial arts tournaments for years.
Holy cow!
So,
which discipline?
Taekwondo.
I think I remember you telling me that.
And
what belt did you get up
to? Brown.
I got up to green in Taekwondo.
Yeah, and and I fought hard, and I trained hard. And I trained with a lot of guys that that fought in these free for all tournaments, and I'm just telling you, Vinny, I beat my body to death. I mean, I mean, it wasn't just a little bit. I mean, I beat my body to death. I mean, my knees and elbows and my ribs and shoulders. I mean, I beat them to death. I mean, not just a little bit. I mean, you know, I'm just telling you, up until I was about 30 years old, I mean, I punished my body.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I mean, and then I bounced in the nightclubs, and I had some pretty rough bouts and you know, not many, but I mean, I had a few rough bouts in the nightclubs, and you know, it just takes its toll on you.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and so, you know, if I sneeze wrong, I have a headache for 3 days.
Oh yeah.
So you know,
I've done that. I've cleared my throat and threw my back out.
Yeah. So
that's when you know.
Yeah. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to judge somebody for their back.
Right.
You know, because you know, I get up some days and my back's out for 2 days. You know, it's like, what did I do? You know. Right. I look at Chrissy and I go, "Did you kick me in my sleep last night? What'd you do?"
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Dennis Regan does that hilarious joke about it. He goes, "I injured myself sleeping."
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah, but I understand. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just so funny because it's so true. He goes that's where I am in my life.
Yeah.
Because I can hurt myself sleeping.
Yeah. Well, I know why I do it, because I punish myself, but I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change anything. I enjoyed my time playing football. I mean, and then I enjoyed the martial arts. I mean, I enjoyed it so much. You know, I enjoyed I enjoyed learning the martial arts, and then I really enjoyed the tournaments and the fighting and the practice, and I enjoyed all that. It was a great time, and you know, and then I enjoyed the bouncing in the nightclubs. Really had fun with that, so I wouldn't change anything. You know, so
yeah, dude, it's funny that you mentioned that Taekwondo, because I took Taekwondo, me and my brother. And we took it from an old school Korean guy, seventh, and I will never forget that experience. That old Korean guy, he's just burnt on my brain.
Yeah,
for the things that he taught me.
Yeah,
and you know, the lessons that I learned from him. It's indelible mark on my brain.
Yeah.
I'd love to find out what's going on with that guy. He was an older dude when I was taking classes. I bet he's not around anymore, but what an experience.
Was his last name Kim?
No. His name was Kwon Jae Hwa.
Yeah.
Kwon Jae Hwa. I'll never forget this guy. You ever see Enter the Dragon?
No.
Bruce Lee. You never saw Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee? Well, you ever see those old kung fu movies where it's a class and there's a guy in front walking back and forth, counting in Japanese or Chinese, and he's going "Uda, and they're just going, oh yeah. That was our class.
Yeah.
And him pacing back and forth, in front of us. And I don't know if, I don't know if they're all like that, but every time I see a Kung Fu movie, I think of this guy.
Yeah.
Because
I studied in under Sir Han Kim, Sir Han Kim. And his father taught and under the I think it was the Korean military, and he was old school. And man, you talk about, it was all about discipline.
that was this guy.
Just discipline. And he would let you know in a hurry that if you didn't have that discipline, you'd get hurt.
Yeah.
And he was just punishing. But I learned a lot and learned how to fight. And me too. And he actually he was a 5-time world champion.
This guy was a 7th degree black belt. He would break rocks with his hand.
Yeah.
And like when we had a tournament or a belt test.
Yeah.
He would put on a little exhibition, and one of the things that he would do is he would break like these river stones with his hand.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. These things that guy did.
Yeah. Well, Chuck Norris used to fight in the world championship tournaments.
Yeah.
You know why Chuck Norris never won a world championship?
Why?
Because my master beat him every time.
Is that right?
Yeah. my master had in the window of the shop where I studied.
Yeah.
He had 7-foot trophies where he had 5 7-foot trophies, and on 2 of them he had pictures of him whipping Chuck Norris.
Holy cow!
Yeah, because he fought Chuck Norris twice on his way to the championship.
Yeah.
And he had pictures of the rounds where he fought Chuck Norris.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
And he said Chuck Norris really wasn't that good.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he said Chuck Norris never even made it to the semifinal.
So all the memes about Chuck Norris are not true.
Well, he never said that, but he just said that Chuck Norris was. He said it wasn't really a competition when he.
Never hear any of those memes about Chuck Norris.
Yeah, he said when he fought Chuck Norris, he said it really wasn't a fight. He said really wasn't that big of a challenge for him.
Yeah, keep that to yourself, man. I want the allure of Chuck Norris being a badass.
I love Chuck Norris.
I want that to live on.
Yeah. I love Chuck Norris.
Me too.
Yeah, he's a good actor. My father loved everything Chuck Norris done.
Me too, man. I saw a lot of Chuck Norris movies when I was young. Yeah.
Yeah. I once again never seen probably 1 or 2 of his movies because I just never watched a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Spent most of my time playing ball.
Yeah.
But seen a couple of them.
Yeah.
But I did see a lot of that Texas Ranger.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I can't believe we've never seen Enter the Dragon.
No.
Really?
Never seen Enter the Dragon. Never seen any of Bruce Lee's movies.
Yeah. Enter the Dragon's, it's old and it's kind of campy.
Yeah.
But it's badass and fun.
Yeah. When I tell you, Vinnie, that I never watched a lot of TV growing up.
I know. You told me before.
I never watched a lot of TV. I spent most of my time outside or playing ball or something of the nature, hunting, fishing. Never watched a lot of TV. Watched a lot of sports, but never watched anything else, really.
Yeah.
Never. TV was never something that appealed to me a lot.
Right. No, I get it.
Just, I think it's what is it that Grant Turner says? Mind candy at the speed of light.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's great mind candy.
Yeah.
But it's just never something that really appealed to me that much.
I like TV when I've had a rough day, especially, now that I got 3 kids. I watch TV way more than I used to with kids because now I put them to bed and I'm so exhausted. I just want to turn my brain off.
Yep.
So I flopped out on the couch and I just put the TV on. So I've probably, since I've had kids, which is 8 years now, because Sonny is 8, he's my oldest. I have watched more TV in those 8 years.
Yeah.
than I probably ever watched TV in my life, because I just get so exhausted.
Yep.
And I just got to turn my brain off for a couple of hours, and I just sit there and zone in front of the TV.
Well,
I'm ashamed to admit.
Well, I have a hard time turning my brain off. That's one thing that I've always had a hard time doing, is turning my brain off.
TV, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I get started watching TV, and I get to thinking about something, and then I forget the TV, and then I went, damn, then I have to rewind.
Oh, I've been there too.
And have to come back. And, when I was growing up, we didn't have rewind. So I would miss half the show, and then I would just tell, screw it.
Yeah. No, that's a good point there. I've done that too.
Yeah. So, it's just one of those things that I just never really got into, because of the, I'd be off on something else. I'd be trying to figure out something else, or thinking about something else. And wasn't trying to figure out a math problem. Never was good at math.
Yeah, me neither, man.
School, I love school. I love education, but
here's how bad at math I am. It took me 3 semesters to pass college algebra.
Yeah, well,
3 semesters. And the third time I took college algebra, I guarantee you, I'll bet you any amount of money you want to bet that it was a mercy pass. I will bet you any amount of money that they said, just get this kid out of here. Get him out of here.
Did you have the same professor every time?
I had the first 2 times I had the same professor.
Yeah.
The third, and after that, she was like, I don't want this fucker. and so the third time, it was, dude, it's the same course, college algebra. The third time, it was a different guy, and this was the first two times it was this woman, and she hated me. But the third time. The third time it was this guy, and I guarantee you we merged. I used to joke around. With my friends at college. I used to go, if I don't pass, I can't graduate. If I don't pass this semester, and I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Dr. Green's office. I'm going to have a math book with me, the algebra book with me, and I'm going to go, Dr. Green, there are a number of chapters that I must memorize in order to pass this class. And I was going to open the book. How many chapters, $100 bill, do I need to memorize? $100 bill in order to pass this. I actually made jokes with my friends saying, this is what I'm going to do.
And the professor went, I feel sorry for this dumbass.
Yeah. Keep going, man. Keep going. 7 chapters. That's what it wound up being. Yeah. I never did it, but that's what I was telling everybody. I was like, this is what I think this is the only way I'm going to pass. And I guarantee you, this dude, out of the kindness of his heart, mercy passed me.
Yeah.
Because I took the midterm, and I know I screwed that up. I mean, the final. Sorry, the final. But anyway.
That's pretty funny, Vinny.
I know. Should be a bit.
Yeah.
I should put that in my show. Yeah, we got off track again, but that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun one, Vinny.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Hey, guys, if you want more fun, check me out online. If you like stand-up comedy and goofball videos, all the links to all my social media can be found on my website. My website is vinnie.com. That's www.vinnie.com. And if you need to surveil someone, if you need to serve someone papers, if you looking for someone, you can't find them, Lynn Lambdin is the best, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them your website.
www.lwias.com.
And thank you, Simple Funding and the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, for sponsoring this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can guess the rock star that Lynn was talking about in this episode, write us an email, RealPrivateEyeStories@gmail.com. We'll tell you if you're right. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you next week.